If my parents only knew.
There's tons of apps out there.
Raw and unedited.
It's just totally out of control.
Hello. Cake.
Instagram.
Snapchat.
Get on Snapchat and send like nudes to other people. Yo, what's up? My little buddy, you know.
People just send pictures of people all the time. News is 24/7, 24/7.
Exposure is a big thing.
Instagram pages have this concept of like exposing hoes. What I mean by hoes is like people who sent nudes.
Just to humiliate her.
It's like her whole world flips upside down.
It's a big difference from when I grew up.
I was in shock. Pretty much it's jaw-dropping shocking.
The most shocking for me is seeing some of these apps that promote dating or hooking up, sex without strings.
Blender. Down.
Plenty of fish.
Tinder.
Zoosk.
The goal is to hook up with someone else or to find out if someone else would hook up with you. No value besides that. It's called Smack'em, S-M-A-C-K.
Smack cam.
They send it to all kinds of kids, and kids are seeing it over and over again.
My friend got drop kicked by like probably a 200-pound kid. It went viral really quick. He's just humiliated because people would decide to pick on him like that.
With technology, rumors can be spread so fast.
Yik yak.
Whisper.
House party.
Ask FM.
After school.
You're pretty much talking with everybody with your school. You can just type whatever you want. Like, oh, I hate this person, but nobody will know who it was because it's all anonymous. Technology is like a double-bladed sword. It's like there's some great things to it.
But like, you can say whatever you want. And not many people say what they want to say up to their face. But then when they go home, you know, all the dirty work happens there.
I've been to multiple schools. I've been to good schools, you know, bad schools, and I haven't sat in class and haven't seen the time where people wasn't cheating. It's like always cheating. Like the kids in first period would do the test and take pictures and stuff like that. As soon as the period over and the bell ring and the kids get out there, they let them know, hey, you got a test in this class, got the answers, I'll send them to you. And then that's when that person lets somebody else know.
No one wants to do homework. And let's be honest.
And there's tons of apps out there that are pretty much will solve any math equation you can find.
I know that my friends use it. They just take pictures and they're like, oh, you know, I got the answer.
All you do is like hold your phone over it, scans it, and then it gives you the answer.
People like gang up and then they're like, okay, you do half of the homework and I'll do the other half.
I was on a group text and someone had one of their siblings' quizzes, like every single quiz that they took the year before.
Doing homework with other people is okay. But if you're like sending the answer and they're copying that, it's like copy and paste, then that's when it becomes cheating.
The Apple Watches, you can pull up pictures, and so a kid turned his Apple Watch and had all the vocab definitions and was just breezing through the quiz.
So when the students have a quiz or a test, there's a program on the laptop that locks you out of everything except for the quiz or test that you're taking. But the kids will still look at their phone behind the laptop, and sometimes they'll prop it up, they'll Google stuff, they'll find the answers, and the teacher doesn't see because she doesn't walk around the room.
It's very much unfair to see somebody cheat and do better than me. It's like, why am I not cheating, you know?
If only my parents knew. If only my parents knew.
If only my parents knew
How it feels to be bullied.
to be bullied.
To be bullied.
If only my parents knew what it was like to be bullied in 2017.
With a show of hands, tell us how many of you have been bullied? Wow.
They created a whole nother Instagram account to hate on me.
I have been called fat, ugly, just these like one-liners.
This one girl, she kept saying these racist jokes to me. I don't think my dad understands. Even though he's a high school principal, he knows about this stuff. These days, kids will like make up jokes about how you need to like kill yourself.
These days, kids will like make up jokes about how you need to like kill yourself, you need to go die, you need to go, and it just doesn't make sense. It's a lot to handle, and I think if only they could see what was going on in my head.
When it comes to social media, it doesn't go away. And it follows you everywhere you go. There's always something you're doing wrong.
This is really, really, really painful. Because so much of it I have control over, but there's also so much of it that I just don't.
And I feel like my main fear is I don't want to make a big deal out of it because I'm like, it's fine, I brush it off, when really sometimes it's not.
If you could share those situations a little bit sooner, so that the pain is still there and it's still felt, but it doesn't sting for as long. Okay? You're killing me, Smalls.
I never thought that she would do something like that, but she sure did. They were for my eyes only and for her eyes only. And her and I broke up, and we weren't on good terms. I was at home and someone called me and said, hey, you need to go look at her Twitter. And whenever I did, there was a lewd picture of me on there. Whenever I asked her to, take it off, she wouldn't. I was helpless, so something had to be done. I speak to an officer. He makes a report, and he asked me if I want charges pressed, and I said yes. I felt like she needed an answer for it.
That's not something that those kids are thinking about, I guarantee you. They're thinking about getting even, and they're thinking about embarrassing somebody else.
I think it's ridiculous. I didn't even know it was against the law. I mean, I didn't even know I was getting in trouble for it until they arrested me. I went to jail for 2 days. For what? For a picture? For a picture.
Until it happened to me, I've never heard anything about it or seen it. That's why I'm sitting here with y'all. So no one else is put in this position.
I'm personally just scared of what, my future holds.
Every time at a family gathering, have you decided where you're gonna go to college yet?
You're on your own. For the first time, you are legitimately on your own.
I don't actually have any idea what I want to do with my life. As you can hear, I'm very afraid.
So the biggest fear that I have in life is honestly the feeling of being left out by my friends.
You're not thin enough, you're not thick enough, you're not this enough. And I feel like those are amplified in high school, and it really sucks.
The youngster might have problems sleeping, irritation, their diet changes. A parent might say, well, that defines a regular teenager. But if you start to see these reactions going on for at least 2 weeks or longer, that's when you might need to get some help.
Every time I do say something, it goes through one ear and right out the other.
I don't want to tell them, hey, I'm feeling depressed, I have really bad anxiety right now, because they may feel like, well, what am I doing wrong?
But you should never worry about it making me feel bad. If it's something I can help you with, I want to do that.
The pressure to perform. Whew. Forget sleep, forget having a social life. I constantly find myself working
and overextending myself.
The expectations are so high that when you jump for that, you're afraid you're gonna fall.
For me, I'm sorry about the pressure, but I'm gonna always be proud of you no matter what you do. Because you're my kid, that's enough. I'll always love you because you're mine.
Are you addicted to your smartphone?
No.
No.
I don't think I am.
Are you willing to take a quiz to see just how much you might be addicted?
All right.
Come into our truth booth. We're going to give you 20 questions to see just how addicted you are.
If I were to run out of
Credits on my monthly data limit, I would panic.
Oh yes.
I'll give that a 3.
Running out of battery life.
And my smartphone would scare me.
If I did not have my smartphone with me,
I would be nervous because I would be
disconnected from my online identity.
Oh, it's 7. For real.
If I did not have my smartphone with me, I would be nervous because I could not know if someone had tried to get a hold of me. 7. 7? 7. 7 again. 7. Yikes.
Come on out. I'm going to give you your score. No-mo-phobia. No mobile phone phobia. 0 to 20, you don't have any. 20 to 60, you got a mild case. 60 to 100, you have a moderate case of nomophobia. Any score over 100, it's severe. You ready to see your score?
Okay. Ooh, that's higher than I thought.
I got 130. That's so bad. I have nomophobia. Wow. I don't know what to say to that. I'm shocked.
124.
You're pegging the meter.
Yeah, I'm addicted. I ain't gonna lie.
I gotta have it.
But why?
It's just part of me. It's me. And if I don't have my phone, like...
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like if you need me, I can't answer.
The world's
Sorry.
ending.
It could end. Life will be over.
Over?
Over.
It's a phone.
It would be over.
Have a seat. Okay. Open the envelope. In the envelope are going to be cards with some questions. Answer them as honestly and openly as you can.
Explain 3 things that stress me out the most. Basically, anything to do with grades.
Trying to keep my grades up so my GPA can be high enough, you know, to actually get into a credible college.
Y'all are always on my case about getting B's and bad grades.
At times we feel like that you are not putting the effort into it.
You're not pushing yourself.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do we want to use the word yeah?
No.
Let's use good grammar.
Let's go to the next question.
Okay.
If I could change one thing in my life, I guess I would want us to have more money.
Okay. Just be honest, speak from your heart.
As far as going to college, if we had more money, then it wouldn't just be so stressful, you know?
Social media nowadays allows people to say anything they want anonymously, like people who make a fake account, and they'll say all this negative and hate towards me, but in my face, in person, they would never have done that.
This is a big deal for kids, and they really have a hard time escaping from it. For many adolescents, carrying around this in their backpack is like carrying around the entire high school population on their backs.
If I could change one thing in my life, I would change my surrounding.
What do you mean change your surrounding? How so?
You know how everybody getting shot and killed and stuff?
What worries me? So what worries me is that my friends won't like me. I just become completely lonely, be alone.
That worries you?
Yeah.
Well, when he said that, it almost took my breath away. At times, teenagers feel really disconnected. A parent has to be engaged and try to get a sense for whether the teenager is starting to feel helpless and hopeless.